Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another video. Today, of course, we are continuing the Chelsea career mode on Football Manager, so let's switch over and see what's in store for us today. Of course, in the previous episode, that 4-2 win in the first leg of the Carabao Cup. We now have the second one today, both games away, one against Swansea in the FA Cup fourth round, and then against Manchester United again in the second round, of course, away this time, so at Old Trafford. It's going to be a little bit more difficult. In that previous game, man, did we give up some goals, you know, like that was a lot easier than it should have been for Manchester United. They should have been, 4 goals scored was even a bit low. I thought maybe we should have scored like 6 or so. So we really want to see ourselves improve defensively today, and we are ready for that game against Swansea. And as you can see, the team is a little fatigued, and there isn't much break until the next game against Manchester United, and the transfer window will be closing by the time that happens. So we need to get through this game. Mykhailo Mudryk still isn't fit, which is just an absolute killer. That guy feels like it felt like it was only a couple of weeks, and it feels like it's been so many games that he's been out for. But what we are going to do is shift this team around to try and make sure that we've got, enough fit players, basically. The back line and sort of midfield is where we need to put some focus in on that left-hand side. So Badiashile can get a start here. Ian Maatsen, more than capable of playing on that left-hand side. And I'm going to play Wesley Fofana. He's not necessarily needing to play, Disasi is pretty fit still, but I think it's just fair. We're in the FA Cup fourth round against Swansea, so this is a team we should definitely be beating. And then let's make some changes to the bench to make sure that everyone on there is relatively fit should they need to come on. And I think Romeo Lavia for Enzo Fernandez. He's got a great pass on him, so I think we can trust that. And the striker that I'll be going with in the United game, you know what? I'll probably give Broja a run out, so Jackson can play this one. The only changes we'll really need to make in-game will bring Nkunku off, Sterling, Caicedo, and realistically, that should be it. And we've got enough players to be able to do that on the bench. So overall, I think I'm pretty happy with this. I maybe want to get Chukwuemeka on the bench, but I don't think there's anyone I'd rather pull off the bench, and he hasn't exactly performed when we have called upon him. So this is what I'm going to go with today. Let's go get this dub. And here we go, the first highlight of the game, 5 minutes in, and it is Swansea on the ball. If they get an early goal here, I will be absolutely bricking it. And the ball goes across the line, but Sanchez does manage to get on the end of it. It wasn't all that threatening, as we're obviously going to look to go forward ourselves now. Wesley Fofana looking like he should be ready to be, involved consistently now for us, so we can start integrating him back in over Disasi, because I do think, overall he probably is the better player. Even though Disasi hasn't done too much wrong for us, in all fairness, but Wesley Fofana, was an expensive player for Chelsea to bring in, and is one that we should be looking to develop. And as we go forward here with Nkunku, who cuts inside, finds Caicedo, finds Romeo Lavia. Can he find a pass forward? He cannot. It goes back all the way to Wesley Fofana. But we've found space out wide here with Malo Gusto. He goes inside to Sterling. It's a good shot, but the keeper saves. And Jackson is there to tap it in. And it's been ruled offside. You must be joking. Oh, it was close. He was... Wait, I swear Jackson wasn't the one that was offside there. I'm pretty sure Nkunku was the one that was offside. But whatever, I guess we move ball into the box and somehow Sterling gets his head on it. Another corner here with Nkunku taking it for Chelsea. He whips it into the box. Wesley Fofana is there and he is headed into the back of the net. That is exactly what we need. That's a bit of the French connection there. That was a really good header from Wesley Fofana. I'm very, very chuffed to see him score. Swansea on the ball here, looking to take themselves forward and get back into this game as they put a ball straight into the box, but Robert Sanchez surely has to. And he does collect that ball quite safely. And we look to go forward ourselves now, the left-footed Badiashile putting it out to Maatsen, who drives us forward. And Nkunku finding space, that's a lovely bit of movement. Ball over the top for Nicholas Jackson, and he should be finishing that one, That might be a case for why Broja is the one that starts in this Manchester United fixture, because that is if you get that chance against Man United, you got to finish it. We've made it to half-time, only 1 goal up, which isn't ideal. I was hoping to make some changes at half-time. I'll just praise the lads, let them go back out, and then we'll look to make some changes in about 20 minutes or so. And we have the ball here with Malo Gusto as he looks to whip it in. Nkunku finds himself on the end of it. I don't know how that shot ended up over there. And Badiashile brings it down for Caicedo, and he shoots over the bar. And we're not far off where I'm about to be making changes, so if these guys want to impress ahead of that United fixture, now's the time to do it. And Nicholas Jackson really isn't doing that for me today. Gallagher takes a shot from range, and that really was pretty poor from him as well. Robert Sanchez now on the ball as he's going to look to hopefully send us forward. He finds Badiashile, who's had plenty of action on the ball, so from what I've seen today. And we look to go forward with Wesley Fofana. Come on, we need a bit more urgency here. We're only 1 goal up against a side that we should be comfortably beating. We look to go forward to Gallagher, but that's a really poor pass. And the ball is with their keeper. And they're going to look to go long themselves. If they win this header, they could be on for something here. We've done a good job there of recovering the ball, but Sterling loses out. This could be dangerous, If we concede a goal now, having to make all these changes that I want to make sure everyone's fit for the next round would not be ideal. And Sterling now has a chance to take us forward. He finds Nkunku, who finds Jackson, and he scores. I'm pretty sure Nkunku was offside, but the game says no, so I'm fine with it. Now, we made some substitutions. There's a chance for some of these players to impress ahead of the game, and Madueke might be doing just that as he shoots, and it's a great save from the keeper. Eden Hazard taking this corner for us as he whips it into the back post, but no one gets on the end of it. We got a very tired Eden Hazard out there because he wasn't even ready to come on off the bench, really, after playing in the under-21s, trying to find some match fitness. But we have got him playing on that left-hand side of the attack. And now Wesley Fofana has the ball, finding Gusto. Can we get an Eden Hazard goal? That's what I'm wanting as soon as possible, baby. As Enzo now goes forward to Lavia, but that's a poor pass. And now we're going to be caught on the break here as they look to go forward. Yates is through. You'd expect him to finish from here. He shoots, and he does finish. And with 12 minutes to go of regular time, it's going to be a little bit iffy for that remaining time. And we have a highlight straight from kickoff. So that is either now going to be a Swansea absolute smash and grab double goal, or we're going to go forward and score ourselves, but it's looking like it could be the former here. Oh, thank God. I thought that ball was going through to their winger there. We have the ball back in our possession now. 10 minutes left on the clock. We really cannot be affording any more cheap errors like we did in that previous bit of play, as Malo Gusto plays his way out of trouble here. Fofana, we're really struggling to find a forward pass here. Lavia on the ball, turns and finds Cole Palmer. Ball back to Fofana. Come on, we've got to go forward and get another goal. I will not be comfortable sitting on 1 goal lead. Madueke down the wing, puts the ball in. Eden Hazard, he shoots from inside the box. And there it is. His first goal of the season. He has returned to the club and he has bailed us out today. We have another highlight straight from the kickoff of that goal, as the game is really trying to tease me today. If this is them going on and scoring, then good God, we really need to work on our defence. But Madueke does pick up the ball. He goes forward. Matt Grimes manages to get a good tackle on him, but Madueke keeps storming forward. You can't stop him. Tackled again by Grimes. And the ball goes back to Enzo, but he can't get on the end of it. This is awful from us. Really sloppy in possession today, as we've left a glaring hole through the right and left side of the pitch. Cullen now picks up the ball, cuts inside, he's going to shoot, and Robert Sanchez is there to make a save. And thankfully, that was all she wrote for this fixture. Eden Hazard getting a goal late on for us to secure the dub. That was, I don't really want to, I want to keep morale up, so I'm going to praise the guys, but that was a little closer than I would have wanted against this sort of opposition. Looking at the other results, is there anything glaring that's sticking out? I don't think so. All fairly standard results from what I'm seeing there. And of course now we have the run up to that game against Manchester United. Well, one of the biggest fixtures of that round of fixtures was Manchester City and Liverpool, and they have beaten them 4-1. So Liverpool out of the FA Cup in the 4th round. It was a very tough draw in all fairness. One of the big teams was going to be going out. But that does probably not work out well for us, because if we were going to catch Liverpool, you'd want them to be involved in as many competitions as possible, so that they would, of course, be a bit fatigued for their league games. Maybe we can hope that they'll take a bit of a morale hit from that, and maybe that will help us out a little, but maybe that's been a bit hopeful. And on transfer deadline day, it is all now shut. We have hit midnight, as you can see in the top corner. And here are some of the biggest deals that occurred. Otavio went from Porto to Manchester City. Lukaku obviously leaving us and going to PSG. Thank God we got that one over the line. Newcastle, Liverpool signing a few players. And overall, a fairly quiet deadline day. It is only the January transfer window, so it's, not normally as full on as the summer transfer window. Of course, we didn't make many signings. I think the only one we really did make was Cole Palmer in on loan, and Eden Hazard bringing back to the club just for a season to help out. in the winger position. So overall, the squad is pretty much as it was before all of that. And Benoit Badiashile has picked up a bit of an illness, so he won't be available for this game against Manchester United. And here we go, we have to make our team selection for this game. Mudryk, of course, is now fit back from injury, but he is not quite match sharp. So he will not be playing on that left-hand side. There is no chance I'm risking that. So Nkunku can go out on the left. In the cam position, of course, we don't have Cole Palmer, given that he is cup-tied. So it's going to be Conor Gallagher. We've seen him perform so brilliantly in that shadow striker position before. So hopefully we can see a bit more of that. Overall, I'm pretty happy with that. The team is very fit because we rested them in that previous game. So hopefully, I think that should be good enough to get us through this game. Is there anyone on the bench that I really want? Eden Hazard still playing in the under-21 games, so isn't fit at all. Overall, no. I think we're good to go with this team. I don't think I'd change anything. I'd ideally probably want Wesley Fofana on over Disasi, but I'm a little cautious in that, one, he's still not quite fully sharp, and that he's fit, but he's not the full, like, bright green heart. So I think we won't risk it. We'll go with this lineup. This should be more than good enough to get us past Man United. And the early highlight comes way of Manchester United as Fernandes puts the ball into the box, but it was a pretty poor delivery. But Nkunku can't play us out of the pressure there. And Dalot now looking to go forward, but that's a good tackle there. And Jackson does chest it down for Gallagher. Sterling turns. Oh, I thought he was going to try and find Nicholas Jackson there. Reece James going down the wing. Finds Enzo Fernandez, ball inside to Caicedo. Can he find a striker? It goes through to Nicholas Jackson in the end, and he has scored. He's vindicated my decision to play him. I was so unsure whether to play him or Broja, but I thought, given that he played the last game and was fit still, I thought I'll give him a chance. And that has thankfully paid off. And Nkunku probably was fouled here, whether it was in the box. It was in the box. That's a solid finish from Nicholas Jackson there. Manchester United on the ball now as they're going to look to get an early goal to reply from ours. And wow, that is a long ball over the top to Marcus Rashford. He's surely going to cut this back to the edge. He does. Malacia, but Chilwell. Oof. Well, actually, in the end, I think it was Anthony that got his head to it. I thought Chilwell headed that over for us. Thankfully, Anthony did not score against us, at least yet, in this game, given that in the last one he had all the luck in the world to get a goal against us, it seemed. But we are looking good here. We're coming up towards half-time. And if we get another goal here, I'd be really comfortable in this position. But we're looking sloppy again in possession, really not holding the ball very well. Oh, and the ball goes through to Mason Mount. Oh, and he's missed a bit of a sitter there. One-on-one versus the goalkeeper. I thought it was going to be a replay of the last game where he managed to get a goal against us. We really need to work more on keeping the ball when we have possession. Because it's not even like we're trying ambitious passes and losing the ball. It's basic passes that keep losing the ball. Again, that is so poor to lose the ball there. As now Manchester United are going to come and attack us. And Anthony puts the ball forward for Mason Mount. He's got a body in the middle unless he can get there. Colwell does. Thank goodness. And we have 1 minute added time here at the end of this half. If we can go in the lead, I will be very, very happy because we've looked poor. But that's a great ball through for Conor Gallagher. Has to finish from here. And he puts it straight through for Onana. Okay, so at halftime, I am going to go for a change of tactic here, simply because I feel like the bodies in midfield, it's just not working. So I'm going to bring Caicedo in the defensive mid to hopefully keep everything moving, Gallagher going box to box, and then Enzo Fernandez can sort of go forward and attack. Of course, he's got the better passing, so I think that should work. You could make an argument to swap these two over, but Gallagher's energy going either way, I think hopefully will be good for us. Bruno Fernandes now going to whip this corner in. He aims for Maguire, but Disasi gets his head to it. Thank God, because that big slab we know can do some damage from corners. And now the ball goes out wide to Anthony, and Sanchez again, man. What is wrong with this guy? It was literally straight at him, and it's just gone straight through his hands, and Anthony ran to get the ball, but decided not to in the end. I want to have another look at this. Maybe I'm being harsh, but this ball, I'm pretty sure, was straight at Sanchez. It was. He literally palmed it into his own goal. Man, maybe I should have made a goalkeeper signing. I was looking at improvements that we could make in that position, but from what I was seeing, there wasn't any major improvement for a decent amount of money in the transfer market here as we try to get the ball in the box, but it has not quite come off, and the ball goes very high and long towards Anthony, but we're leaving ourselves vulnerable here unless we can get that ball back. We can't, and yet again, Manchester United going to look to attack, but Sterling doing a good job there of mopping up the ball, and now we look to go forward ourselves. Sterling going forward, goes across the pitch trying to find Nkunku, I guess, but that was really poor. And now Chilwell on the ball. That has to go forward. It does. It goes forward to Sterling. Now he's going to drive into the box here. What can he do? He shoots. And it's another goalkeeper error as Onana palms it into the back of his net. And both goalkeepers have been abysmal today. And straight from kickoff here, Manchester United are going to look to reply, it seems, as they go forward. But Enzo does manage to get a tackle in, but can't keep hold of the ball. As now McTominay looks to go forward, he finds Harry Maguire, Brandon Williams. How are we even in competition with this team? They've barely got a decent player on the team. The ball goes forward to Nicholas Jackson. He's going to drive towards the corner flag, cuts it back. Oh my lord, another awful pass. As we allow them to come at us again, and Anthony on the ball spreads it out to Rashford. He's going to surely put a cross into the box here. He does. Martial, if that guy scores against us, I am done. Wow, I'm going to make a change here. 70 minutes in. Things aren't looking too great. Conor Gallagher's having a pretty poor game. So let's bring on Romeo Lavia. I'm going to make a change on the left. I'm going to bring on Mudryk, even though, of course, he's still not quite match sharp. But we are ahead on the day and on goal difference or whatever, aggregate. So we should be fine to make that change. And I'd like to make a change in the back line. Disasi off for Wesley Fofana. We know he performs well for us. Let's make those changes. And it looks like Manchester United are going to run out of time here, as they've only got 2-3 minutes to get themselves 3 goals. I mean, I don't want to jinx it, but I'd say that's pretty unlikely. And we have now won the ball back, nearly getting Nicholas Jackson through on goal there. But they still have the ball, as they're going to look for maybe a consolation goal to equalise in this fixture. But Romeo Lavia wins it back. Ball goes to Mudryk and he chases it down Nicholas Jackson, but he can't get on the end of it. They're really running out of time to do something here. But they have still got possession of the ball, as Brandon Williams looks to take him forward. It goes to Anthony, back to Maguire. Scott McTominay on the ball. Anthony again, Brandon Williams. They can't get forward as of yet, but I'm sure there'll be a long pass or something involved here. As Anthony looks to put it forward for Brandon Williams, he does. Ball inside to Martial, and oh my lord, we're conceding goals to Martial, for God's sake. What is wrong with us? And there it is, full time. We made that a lot harder than we needed to, but 2-2 was the result on the day, and 6-4 was, of course, the two-legged result. And I'd say that's a pretty good result. You know, going to Old Trafford and getting a draw is never bad, but the type of players we're letting score against us is a bit, makes me feel a bit sick, you know? But there we go. That is today's episode over and done with. We have an away fixture against Burnley and a home game against Liverpool in the next episode. So that will be key in this battle for top 2, top 3, given that that's really all we've got to chase at the moment. Overall, we'll take that. We're through to the next round. We'll see who we get in the next episode in that draw. But doing good. We have a chance at a trophy this season, which I'm always excited for. Carabao Cup, FA Cup, whatever. I'll take it. So if you guys did enjoy, please be sure to leave a like on that one. Hit subscribe so you make sure you see all my future videos. And I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.